Aloha, I'm Lyla Berg, and we're here at the Waikīkī Shell, ready to meet the people who inform, inspire, and impact our daily lives. Thank you for tuning in to Island Focus. This bust of Gabby Pahinui. Why Gabby?
I think it's important that he have a statue here. Reasons that in the early 70s, he was, the Renaissance man here, played here. Before all the other big entertainers that sold out here, Gabby played many nights here.
He's really the father of our Hawaiian music coming into the world scene.
Definitely. And I seen him personally. I did see him play here. This is probably mid-70s, and he was playing with Willie Nelson. And this is like at midnight, and they were having so much fun that I think they ran.
No audience.
I was still working. There was still a few people in the audience.
Okay.
They were playing Christmas music at that time, but they were having such a blast.
Mahalo for tuning in to Island Focus and joining me in meeting Ralph Vares, who is the events coordinator here at the Waikīkī Shell. Glad you could be with us.
Thank you for inviting me today on a beautiful day here in the morning.
It's so exciting for me to be on stage with you. I know it's exciting for you to, even after all these years, to be working here, but the privilege to be at the Waikīkī Shell is historic.
You know, I love Diamond Head. And this sits at the foot of Diamond Head. And to work a show on the foot of Diamond Head, it was a dream. And I got this job, when I got out of high school in 1971, and I've been here ever since. And some of the big shows that I did work that were sold out was like Cecilia Kapono and Kalapana, Makasanza Nia Hall with Brother Is, and so forth. And some of my memorable ones were maybe I worked from 1977, all 30 years to 2007, the Cozumel show.
And you make some of those names and it gives you chicken skin because it's not only history, it's place, it's who we are here in Hawaii.
When I come to work, there's a certain time of the evening when the sun goes down, and I have to do a sound check and work with the technicians, the sound people. I would walk out front to the beach and, doing both, watching the sunset here and listening if the sound levels were, too loud.
Magic.
And another magic point is throughout the night, I would wait if there was a full moon, and I would wait until the moon would come over Diamond Head. It was like a sunrise to me. And it's such a magical time to see the moon come over Diamond Head, and you have a great act playing at the same time. And for some reason, there would always be a song that would be connected with the moon, the mahina.
Funny how that works, right?
It's like you can't put it to words. It's like, I would never know what to expect. But even though I've been here, for a number of years and grew up here, I still look forward to work here.
The Shell represents more than just entertainment or gathering. I know for you, you're saying it represents your history and your whole connection with Hawaii. What do you think the symbol of the Shell represents to visitors?
I think they come through and they can relate because they're looking for hula dancers or they're looking for something local, and we always have local events here. And but we do have main acts that come here from rock stars, from Willie Nelson. I've met
Dalai Lama.
Dalai Lama
as a speaker. And you plan those events? You're the coordinator of scheduling?
I do the scheduling for the ushering staff, and I do the hiring for the ushering staff.
And you were an usher here too.
And I started off as an usher, so it shows that you can, with hard work, you can move yourself up.
And so you also got not only to meet and greet the stars, but also to see the impact that they have on the audience.
Just so happens sometimes you'll stumble into that situation and you go like, wow, How lucky was I, to have, just somehow got to have that evening with that
And
entertainment
I
of
would
that.
like to suggest that they were very lucky to meet you, with your aloha and with your welcoming spirit, which is really what Hawaii is about and what the shell represents.
Thank you. And I would add to that because I do the hiring, I see, I have the opportunity to hire people and they grow with me with their career at the Waikīkī Shell.
Well, thank you very much for sharing your career with us and your joy, and we'll look forward to chatting with you another time.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time. You've had the opportunity to meet Ralph Vares, who is the events coordinator at the Waikīkī Shell. Aloha. Today we have the pleasure of speaking with Stacey Aldrich, who is the Hawaii State Librarian. Happy you could join us too. So good to see you again.
Aloha, thank you for having me.
Yes, and thank you for being here at the Waikīkī Shell, which is perhaps as historic as where you work.
Absolutely, and I have to say this is my first time here, and to be on stage and to look out and just imagine all the amazing people who've performed here and who have enjoyed music and stories. I'm overwhelmed, actually.
Well, and it sort of resonates with the project you have going on right now.
Absolutely. So we're very excited. We're partnering with the Music for Life Foundation, and they are providing ukuleles in our libraries that we're allowing people to check out. So our libraries, right now we have Nanakuli, Ainahaina, Waimanalo, and tonight we're launching at the Hawaii State Library. It's a great opportunity for people to come in, check out ukulele, learn how to play it, and then maybe decide later that they want to buy one or check out another one.
It seems a bit of an oxymoron to have music in a library where you're supposed to be quiet. But at the same time, knowing your vision for the state libraries and how lifelong learning and bringing one's spirit out through reading, through music, it's very coherent.
Absolutely. And I think music is just another form of storytelling. And so our libraries really are about our collective stories, and having music is just another form of story. So sometimes our libraries are loud and sometimes our libraries are quiet, but they're places where people can enjoy all kinds of stories in all kinds of formats.
And learning. And I think actually as you're speaking right now, it seems that you're setting a precedent for learning to be energizing and maybe a little loud sometimes.
Exactly. We have some of our librarians are now learning to tune ukuleles, and they're learning how to play so they can have small classes to get people started learning the ukulele. So it's exciting for everyone. We're learning, and we're hoping we can create more opportunities for the community to learn.
You know, you've been a very stalwart voice for maintaining state libraries. I know you still feel that it's an essential part of our community.
Absolutely. I think when we think about the value of libraries in the 21st century, there's a new book out by Eric Kleinenberg called Palaces for the People. And what he describes is this importance for a society to be successful and coherent. You have to have places where everybody can meet. Every color, every race, every religion, and libraries are those places. So every time we're investing in our libraries, we're not just investing in ensuring that everybody has access to read books, to get information, to write a resume, to have access to the internet, to take their children to story time, to get ready for school, to learn. We're also creating spaces for our communities to come together and to be coherent and to be with each other so we can be successful as communities.
That's a huge evolution from how they started as quiet places where the studious ones go, right, to find information. How are you finding the receptivity from your incumbent librarians as well as the public? Public must love it.
There are a lot of people who value quiet. It's hard to find quiet spaces. I was at the beach one day and there were drones flying around. I thought, all I want to do is have some peace and quiet. So there's still a role for libraries being a quiet place, but we also have these activities going on where kids are getting excited and they're learning and they're doing experiments and they're reading together and playing together. And And then we have these quiet times where people are studying and tutoring each other and helping each other. So the mix is interesting. Some people, we do get complaints about being too loud sometimes. But I think that mix of community and of all of us coming together and realizing there's give and take in all of our spaces, because we have to play nicely together so everybody has an opportunity to share the space.
People have said books are obsolete because you can get them on Kindle. That's something, you know, as an author myself, I hope they're not obsolete. You know, I still like to feel the texture. And as you said, this book that you're recently reading, there's meaning.
There's absolute meaning. We're catching up to the technology, and people are studying the differences between reading paper and reading online. And a recent study just came out. They gave books to parents. One group got an ebook and one group got an actual physical book. And then they observed how they interacted with their child with the book. And the parents who had a physical book interacted more than the parents who had a screen in front of them. And so I think the physical objects actually bring out something different. And there's a room for ebooks too. I mean, when you're traveling, it's nice to just download a whole bunch of free ebooks from Overdrive at the public library or an audiobook. But there's also times when you want the physical because you're absorbing all. The story has more to it than just the words on the page. And I honestly think the future of ebooks needs to be something different. Just translating it into a digital format, to me, is not that interesting. It makes it convenient, but not necessarily a better read. So
sounds like that might be an upcoming project for you in the State Library.
Absolutely.
Thank you for taking the time again to be with us and for sharing the joy you have. We just had the pleasure of meeting Stacey Aldrich, who is the Hawaii State Librarian. Aloha. We're here at the Waikīkī Shell today with Leo Dakiwag, who is the CEO and founder of Music for Life Foundation. Happy you could be with us. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day.
Thank you for having me on.
And the Waikīkī Shell, I know, is very special to you.
Yeah, when I was asked to come to the Waikīkī Shell, I thought, you know, this is coincidentally the genesis of how we started our organization, because Jake and myself, Jake Shimabukuro, a friend of mine, we did an event here.
And so when you say that the Shell was the first place that kind of launched your foundation, what happened here?
We wanted to send the awareness out for music education, and we wanted to put on a novelty event, but we also wanted to turn it into a fundraiser. And we thought we'd try to do something like break the world's record for the largest ukulele ensemble. So we put it out there.
The largest ukulele ensemble, which means?
It was for the Guinness World Record, and the Guinness requirements were that we play one song. Everybody play one song for 5 minutes to get as many ukulele players as you can.
How many people were here playing?
We had 1,200.
1,200?
We still didn't break the record.
Children, parents, adults?
Everybody, anybody and everybody. Jake wrote the song, and everybody, he taught the song to everybody, and you know, during the event, and he did it online, and we.
So it sort of speaks for the purpose of your foundation, to bring music into people's lives, into schools, I heard you say before.
Our mission is to empower people through music, and one of the ways we do that is we try to help with the schools. If they need supplies, we'll try to raise money or even have musical instrument donation drives to give them instruments if they need instruments.
So many schools have decided philosophically that music is too expensive, or art classes, drama classes are extra curricular activities. And I get that your foundation firmly believes they are integrated, they should be integrated in the overall learning of children.
You know, when the schools experience budget cuts or their financial challenges, you know, among the first programs to go are music and art programs, and we just felt like, and of course as a musician and as coming from a family of musicians, we just felt that it wasn't right, you know. And I mean, it's proven that music and art yields to cognitive learning.
It's more than that. Music is about people's souls.
Sure. My father played the violin, you know, and he took us to music school every day when we were growing up, and I played in a band. You know, it was unheard of when I heard that there was one band that didn't have a high school band, and I thought that was unheard of, particularly because that was a high school that I
You
really thought
competed
had the
against in the
best.
Battle of the Bands.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe you're too young to remember that competition.
No. I do. As a matter of fact, I do remember Battle of the Bands. Yeah. But
So
there
this
was
one high school didn't have a band anymore.
yeah, one high school didn't have a high school marching band actually, and it was one of the when I remembered it being one of the award-winning bands, high school
Right.
marching bands. And when the school actually contacted us and reached out to us, and so we had musical instrument donation drives all over the island at flea markets, and we got instruments, and we gave them all the instruments we collected.
And you have another project going on now that's very near and dear to your heart.
Yeah. What we want to do also is another vision of ours is to keep music appreciation going in the community, and give opportunity through availability and access. In a way to put it out there was to put musical instruments in a public place.
And you've chosen
Ukulele, because ukulele
and
is
the public place.
the public place is the library.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
So we're putting. So our current project is to put ukuleles
all state libraries.
all the public libraries in the state of
Fabulous.
Hawaii. It's not an original idea, but of all, I mean, it's being done in some libraries across the U.S. But of all places, it needs to be done in Hawaii.
Well, thank you so much. I know it's a very quick meet and greet with
Yeah.
you, but you've given us the inspiration to pay attention to your foundation, Music for Life, and also to energize and inspire people in our lives to play music more, and for us to maybe sing and play music. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me on.
You've had the opportunity of meeting Leo Wikiwag, who is CEO and founder of the Music for Life Foundation. Mahalo for being with us.
When I was young, my dad would bring me here for varying concerts or shows. There was even a show that we did here when I was younger in the National Guard Band, and my dad was emceeing, and Bob Hope was part of the production here.
Gosh.
And I remember what an honor it was for us to all be in his presence. And now we're here as a bandmaster of the Royal Hawaiian Band. We get to watch a new renovated office space come into being, as well as practice here at the Shell. And so it's something that I hold deep within me to maintain its respect and honor, to keep that going for Tom Moffatt and for the band and for everybody that's done so much work here to make it what it is.
And for those of us to keep the memory alive of what it means to be part of Hawaii. You know, our young people need this. They need the Royal Hawaiian Band.
We're 183 years old and one of the only remaining living links to the monarchy. We need to keep that going. We perpetuate Hawaii's music. We perpetuate the songs of our kings and queens as well. And we get to do a lot of that think tank work right here.
What an opportunity we have today to meet Randy Wong, who is the president of the Hawaii Youth Symphony. Happy to be with us. What a pleasure to meet you.
So nice to meet you too. Thank you for this opportunity.
The Hawaii Youth Symphony, as near and dear to my heart because of my son's background too, but tell us a little bit more about what it is, and you're such a youthful president to have there.
Well, Hawaii Youth Symphony was founded in 1964. We're celebrating our 55th anniversary season, and we're Hawaii's only statewide nonprofit with a mission to develop youth to their fullest potential through orchestral music in the context of our island's unique culture. We serve over 700 kids all throughout the state and even beyond. We have a summer music festival called the Pacific Music Institute, which brings all kinds of kids together. And we have a partnership with the Boys and Girls Club, which provides entry-level music instruction.
When I think about the
Yes.
symphony, it is an organization or a body of players that perform. What I hear you saying too, you have classes, instruction, outreach with other organizations. Is there a body that is called the symphony that performs?
There is, yeah. So we have 3 symphony orchestras, our top being Youth Symphony 1, Hawaii's finest high school students. And then we have 2 other youth symphonies, the Youth Symphony 2 and the Concert Orchestra, that are below that in level. We have 4 string orchestras for kids to learn violin, viola, cello, and bass. And then, as I mentioned, we also work with the Boys and Girls Club. So we have programs at the beginning level that don't require any previous musical instruction. They don't require kids to have an instrument or really know anything about music, so that they can, become part of our musical ohana.
Is this place familiar to you?
This is Waikīkī Shell it's one of the best places on the island to hear live music. And as a musician, I performed here with the Hawaiʻi Symphony Orchestra back when it first came back. And it's wonderful to be sitting on this stage today.
So you went to high school here, you went to college on the mainland,
I
got
did.
your advanced degree in education from Harvard.
Mm-hmm.
What a joy to be home and integrating all of your studies in the profession that you love.
Absolutely, I love music. It was something that Hawaiʻi Youth Symphony taught me as a youth. I was a kid who did the program, just to be able to help close the opportunity gap so that as many kids as possible can have the same opportunities that I did. And whether or not they become musicians as I did, or they just have music as a part of their life, this is a community that I really believe in. We just want to do as much as we can to support Hawaiʻi youth.
Is there a story at the top of your head of someone that you're just so very proud of and how they moved in the music field?
Sure. We have a couple of kids who began with us in the Boys and Girls Club program. They didn't have music in their childhoods. Their parents were immigrants. Their parents had sent them to the Boys and Girls Club. Through their participation in the club, they eventually did make it to our Top Youth Symphony 1 program. Playing string instruments, participating in our popular solo and string quartet program, and doing all sorts of other activities that they're able to do because they really enjoy playing music.
We never really know how we reach children or how we touch them and how they influence their lives. But I bet that you can identify people who have music in their background.
I think so, because people who have music in the background, just like anyone who has the arts in their background, they're people who are open to trying new things. They're experimental. They love to learn by doing.
There's this intangible joy.
Intangible
right? About
joy.
Being alive.
Right. We become alive through the arts, and when you see that great cellist on stage, or you witness an amazing symphony concert, or you hear it on the radio and you just think, wow, I wish I could be part of this. That's the joy that we're hoping to inspire.
Well, and thank you for sharing your story.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it and wish you much luck and encourage our viewing audience to go to some of the concerts.
Thank you very much.
Just had an opportunity to meet Randy Wong, who is the president of the Hawaiʻi Youth Symphony here in Hawaii. Thank you for joining us. Today on Island Focus, you have the opportunity to meet Becky Stocchetti, who is the executive director for the Hawaiʻi International Film Festival. Aloha. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure.
Hawaiʻi International Film Festival, how exciting.
So exciting. We love what we do. I think we put on an amazing event. I can tell you a little bit about what the film festival is. So we are a year-round organization that supports filmmakers here in Hawaii and brings in the best cinema out of Asia and the US. We have a large film festival in November that lasts for about 2 weeks here in Honolulu, and then for 4 or 5 days on Maui, Big Island, and Kauai as well.
Now, I remember growing up that there has always been an international film festival. Historically, how did it get started and what does it mean now?
This year is our 39th annual film festival. So it's been around for 39 years. It started in 1981 as a project of the East-West Center at the University of Hawaii. As a way to sort of bridge culture, it was a community engagement around bringing new cultures to Hawaii, experiencing stories on the screen, and connecting communities across the state and then eventually across the world. So now we still are very close to that mission. We like to show films from all across Asia, focuses on Japan, China, Korea, India. And then we also have the best European films, all of the films that you're going to see in the Oscars, the Academy Awards, stuff like that. And we bring in the best films from all the different film festivals that you may have heard of, such as Cannes in France, Sundance, South by Southwest in Texas. And we bring in amazing directors and filmmakers and actors and industry professionals to sort of meet the community here and get the films from Hawaii out to a larger audience as well.
So it's really an opportunity for the public to feel important actually, I think, right?
I mean, to feel important, to be entertained, to be excited, to be inspired, and also to, see cultures they may not be able to experience in their daily life, and then also to see themselves reflected on the screen in a really big way. 2 years ago, when I started as executive director, we launched a Made in Hawaii competition film program. So we showcase these films during the festival. We're able to give out $10,000 cash in prizes to local filmmakers.
Wow.
And then we also have a great partnership with Hawaiian Airlines where we show short films that are made in Hawaii on all of Hawaiian Airlines in-flight programming for free.
I know you're excited about what you do, and there are challenges as well. How might the public best support the love that you have and the opportunities that they have here in Hawaii, in addition to attending?
In addition to attending, which of course we hope everyone comes out, the festival this year is the 7th through the 17th here in Honolulu, and then the 21st through the 24th on the neighbor islands. We also offer free screenings open to the public every month at Ward Village in partnership with Howard Hughes. In addition to that, we have an amazing membership program. Next month in August is the I Heart HIF Month, where we have free screenings for all of the HIF members. There are multiple different levels of membership.
And screenings are viewings.
Yes, viewings.
Okay.
Viewings of films that haven't hit the theaters yet. Last year we showed Crazy Rich Asians before
really?
anyone
Before?
else on the island. Yep. And the
we
Meg.
didn't know this?
Yeah, we showed the Meg before anyone, which is that fun giant shark film. So we have lots of fun screenings in August for our members.
And connections with youth to encourage them to be filmmakers and directors.
Yes, we have so many amazing education programs for kids all across the state of Hawaii. We bring guest filmmakers to the schools, so they are getting to meet filmmakers from all around the world. We bus students in during the festival to show films for free in the mornings. Those kids get to see all the films in the theater and have question and answers privately with the filmmakers. And then a really exciting partnership with the Daniel Inouye Institute, where we have students actually making films that we show at the festival around civic engagement and voting and what it means to be a citizen here in Hawaii.
Well, as a film major yourself,
yes.
I'm sure this is just music to your heart.
It is. It's a way to use my film background to really be able to support filmmakers here in Hawaii and across the Pacific Islands.
Well, thank you very much for being on stage with us today.
I love it. It's so beautiful here. It's wonderful.
Thank you very much, Becky.
Thanks.
We've had the opportunity to meet Becky Stocchetti, who is the Executive Director for the Hawaii International Film Festival. Mahalo for joining us. Mahalo to the Waikīkī Shell for hosting us today, and to you for tuning in to Island Focus. I'm Lyla Berg. Aloha and malama pono. Take care of each other. See you soon.